Now let's talk about hydraulic systems. This is going to be an application of the formula pressure equals force divided by area. Now gases are fluids that can be compressed, and it turns out that liquids are the fluids that cannot be compressed. And the reason for this is that the particles are already all in contact with each other, so there is no room to squeeze the fluid any further. So for example, we can't try to compress the sides of this box, because that would require us to actually try and squeeze the particles themselves, rather than just reducing the space between them, because there's no space left between them to reduce. This is actually quite a useful property of liquids sometimes. Hydraulic machinery in particular uses this property of liquids, that they can't be compressed, to transmit forces. So what does a simple hydraulic machine look like? Well, we have all of this fluid in the middle of the machine that can't be compressed. We will exert a force on one end of the machine, and the machine in return will exert a force through the other end. The idea is that pushing this piston is going to result in pressure being transmitted along the liquid. Since this liquid cannot be compressed, when we exert a force here, and the liquid can't be squeezed together anymore, so the force is transmitted around it, we are pushing down the water on this side, and it is trying to come back up on the other side. So as we've hinted at, the pressure at the other end is going to result in a force that causes the other piston to move. Now what we would love is if this second force F2 that the machine exerts was more than the force that we put in. Then this would be a very useful machine. For example, producing a greater force than a human can on their own. So this relies on the incompressible nature of liquids. And so if any gas bubbles exist in a hydraulic system, they will be able to be compressed, and therefore the pressure won't be constant throughout. And so we must make sure there is no gas present. So the idea is that since, for example, this gas bubble can be compressed, then when we exert a force on this piston, the gas will be compressed, and so not all of the force is going to be transmitted to the other end of the machine. Now the idea of a hydraulic machine...
Hey guys, to continue watching this video and unlock hundreds of other super concise and exam board specific GCSE physics and combined science videos, just click on the Snap Revise smiley face. Join me today and let's make physics at GCSE a walk in the park.